Good morning. I'm Hala Matar Choufany, the president of HVS for the Middle East, Africa, and North Asia region. Certainly we are experiencing a very robust and dynamic pipeline, especially when we look at the global markets. But specifically, I like to break up the Middle East to North Africa because they have very different demand drivers and growth development plans. So when we look at the Middle East region in particular, there's no doubt that the national agendas, whether we look at the Saudi 2030 or we look at the UAE diversification plans, these are really key drivers in the way they're shaping these destinations and really introducing new destinations to the global market. Adding to that is the connectivity. When we look at the airlines and what Qatar Airlines, Emirates Airlines, Saudi Arabia have been able to do in terms of the accessibility and opening up new routes and also channeling all these tourists from different parts of the world into the Middle East. So these are really some of the key drivers. Needless to say, all the mega developments, whether it is Qiddiya, whether it is the Red Sea, the legacy of export in the UAE, these have really further strengthened the position of the Middle East region in particular, and we continue to see that the pipeline is growing. When we look at North Africa in particular, especially when we talk about markets like Morocco, Egypt, Tunisia, the demand drivers are slightly different. We are certainly more driven by culture and heritage tourism. These have been established on the market for a very long time, right? And the global map in particular, where we see development is predominantly also in secondary cities and where the government is more committed to transforming the infrastructure and really developing those urban destinations. And most importantly, demand drivers in that part of the world stretches beyond just attracting your European price-sensitive tour operator business, but now are appealing definitely to the Chinese market, Asian markets, as well as the Gulf and the GCC. So looking at it overall, we definitely have a very robust pipeline, but at a varying development cycle and with the interference of different stakeholders. Definitely this MENA market is very dynamic, and it's not short of brands and not short of developments as we discussed. The mega developments very much across the entire region. But with that said, there are still significant development opportunity, but only those that can really differentiate the product offering. So when we look at the secondary markets in particular, whether it's in Saudi Arabia or in Egypt or elsewhere, we are looking at the rise of mid-scale hotels, and those really appeal more to your regional and domestic market and not just your international market. So there's a real opportunity there, and more importantly, I think the opportunity lies with brands that are also able to offer the lifestyle experience, which is clearly becoming much more appealing to the future traveler. So that is on one hand from what I would classify as the lifestyle and the mid-scale. What we're also seeing in terms of trends and development opportunities, and certain countries are ahead of others, is the wellness and eco-lodges. So when we look at some of the projects in Saudi Arabia or the UAE, clearly they are investing heavily in transforming these destinations, not just for wellness traveler, but more so also including elements of sustainability and really looking at uplifting the whole holistic experience of people. And more importantly, the digitalization of this industry and how are we bringing the technology and AI adoption into creating those immersive destinations. One of the key trends that is extremely relevant in this part of the world is the mixed-use scheme, and we see this as a growing trend, i.e. bringing in a hotel asset type, but more importantly, creating a community, and that could include entertainment, office, residential, and other anchor components. So the idea here is, once we have the guest, we don't want the guest to leave. So we're trying to capture the guest to be able to feel in a sense of community and a belonging. Specifically, when we talk wellness, I'd like to emphasize that wellness now stretches beyond large facilities and spa and treatments, right? So when we're talking about developing wellness experiences, this is touching on the whole mindfulness, looking at holistic experiences, looking at sleep therapy, nutrition, biohacking. So this is clearly becoming a very important component of wellness. It is a growing trend amongst travelers, and we're seeing the early adoption of such facilities, specifically in markets like the UAE and Egypt. With technology, again, it is an expectation that there is more of an adoption to the utilization of technology, whether it is the contactless check-in, whether it is in personalizing the customer journey. And therefore, the expectation is there. I think when we talk about staffing, the challenge, however, is how do we upskill our talent to actually learn and adopt technology and see how this can enhance the actual customer journey. And more importantly, how do we upskill also our talent to understand the nuances of wellness? And I think a combination between bringing in initially the specialist experts to really train and upskill the talent, potentially what this could mean that this industry would become really a magnet to attracting talent if we are ready to really embrace technology in a manner that they can work with. Well, it's definitely a topic of discussion. Gen AI, there is a lot of curiosity between owners, developers, to some extent operators, and personally, I'm very curious. When we talk about the adoption, there are definitely, I wouldn't say necessarily companies, but I would say countries, specifically if we look at the UAE and Saudi Arabia, they are in their early adoption of AI, and therefore ensuring that AI is utilized and is embraced across all the industries and not just the hospitality industry. So I would say from a government standpoint, these are ready and pretty much experimenting. But overall today, as we speak, we are still curious. Owners are looking to understand how does that impact operational efficiency? How does it really impact the guest journey? And on the other hand, we are also looking to ensure that we are bringing in the AI to support further the customer service and not necessarily replace our people. So the integration between AI, operational efficiency, operational excellence, and also maintaining the service experience through the people in this industry is going to be very important going forward. See you at the Hotel Show 2026.